Hello, and welcome back. Tonight, we're not really going to rush anywhere. We're just going to slowly take a look back at something that used to feel a little bit different. Back when playing a game wasn't just playing a game. It was everything. You'd load it up, and somehow it felt bigger than it actually was. The music felt louder. The world felt endless, and even the smallest things meant something. And now, well, we still play. We still sit in front of the same screens, but something about it feels a little quieter, not worse, just different. So tonight, we're just going to wander through that feeling, nice and slowly, and see if we can figure out what exactly changed. Or maybe what didn't. You tried to go back. You loaded up the game again. Maybe after years, maybe just out of curiosity. And for a second, it almost felt the same. The menu was there. The music was there. Everything looked exactly how you remembered it. So you waited. You thought maybe it just takes a moment. Maybe the feeling comes back slowly. But it didn't. Or it did, just not the way it used to. Like something was missing, something you couldn't name. And the strange part was, nothing in the game had really changed. So you sit there staring at the same screen you once couldn't wait to get back to, and for the first time, you feel it. Not nostalgia, not excitement, distance. Because it was never just the game, it was the moment you played it in. The version of you that existed back then. The way your life felt around it. And you don't notice it when it's happening. You only notice it later, when you try to go back. So instead of going back to the game, let's go back to something else. To a moment you didn't even realize was disappearing. You already knew before you got home. Somewhere between the last class and the front door, something in you had already left. Already ahead of you. Already there. The bag hits the floor. Not gently, not carefully, just dropped. Like it didn't matter. Because suddenly, nothing from the day mattered anymore. The noise, the people, the small things that felt heavy for no reason. Gone. Your hands already know what to do. You don't think about it. You don't question it. You just go. And then, that sound, that first sound. Maybe it was a menu theme, maybe just a quiet hum. Maybe nothing special at all, but your body recognized it before your mind did. And something in your chest that had been tight all day finally let go. That exhale. That's the part nobody talks about. Not the graphics, not the mechanics, not which game was better. That moment where everything else stopped existing. Because out there, you had to be someone. You had to show up, respond, think, care. But in here, you didn't. No one was watching. No one needed anything. There was nowhere else you had to be. Just you. And a world that didn't ask anything from you except your attention. And you gave it everything, without even noticing. What you miss isn't just what happened in the game, but everything that came before it. Getting a new game wasn't normal. It wasn't instant. It was something you waited for. You held it in your hands, turned the box over, read the back again, even though you already knew what it said. On the way home, it was all you could think about. Not finishing it, not completing it, just what it would feel like to finally be there. And when you finally started it, that first screen felt bigger than it actually was. Like something had been waiting for you. Not just the game, but the moment itself. Some nights you weren't supposed to still be awake, but you were. The house was quiet, everyone else asleep, and it was just you. And that light from the screen. Time didn't feel real in those moments. There was no tomorrow, no schedule, no wait. Just one more thing to do, one more place to see, one more moment before you stopped. And somehow, those nights felt endless. Not in a tiring way, in a quiet way. like time had simply decided to leave you alone. Other times, it wasn't quiet at all. Sitting next to someone, too close. Controllers tangled, arguing over turns. Someone laughing, someone complaining. Someone saying, wait, don't start yet. Cables everywhere, food on the table. No one really paying attention to anything else. You weren't just playing. You were inside something together. And nobody said it was important, because nobody thought it would end. That's what makes it hard to explain now. It wasn't about winning. It wasn't about being good. It was about being completely there. No past, no future, just that exact moment. And you didn't have a word for it. You didn't need one. You just knew. This is where I want to be. And then, without warning, that started to change. Not all at once, not dramatically, just a little less, a little quieter, a little further away. You still played, sometimes, but something felt different. You weren't fully there anymore. Part of you was somewhere else, thinking about something else, carrying something the game couldn't take from you anymore. You started noticing time again, how long you'd been playing, what you should be doing instead, what was waiting for you after. And slowly, that space stopped being yours. The game was still there, but the feeling wasn't. And that's when you realize something. That feeling was never inside the game. It was inside a version of you. A version that didn't have to think so much, didn't have to carry so much, didn't have to be so aware of everything. A version that could just be, and have somewhere to go that felt like it belonged to them. No questions, no expectations. Just, welcome back. You can't fully go back to that. You can open the same game, hear the same sounds, see the same places, but that exact moment only existed once. Because you only existed like that once. And moments don't wait. They don't tell you they're ending. They just become something you remember. But here's the part that matters. That feeling was real. That exhale was real. Those nights, those rooms, those small moments that didn't seem important at the time. They were real. And the fact that you still reach for it, the fact that you tried to go back, means something. It means that version of you didn't disappear. Not completely. It's still there. Somewhere underneath everything. Still dropping the bag. Still turning on the screen. Still looking for a place that feels quiet again. So maybe you're not really trying to go back. Maybe you're just trying to remember what it felt like, to feel at home somewhere. And maybe, in some small way, you still can. Not the same way. Not exactly, but enough. Enough to sit here for a moment. Enough to let everything else slow down. You don't have to go anywhere right now. Nothing is waiting for you. Nothing needs you. Just stay here for a while. This feeling, even if it's different, still knows you. And maybe that's enough. Welcome back.